Hi, Valerie Isan here. It is June 12th, 2019 as I record this, episode 15 of the Indie Author Mentor Podcast. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be talking about the steps leading up to the book launch and also as much of book launch process as I can squeeze into this podcast. If it goes on too long, I will make it into book launch part 1. And next week I'll do book launch part 2. Okay, first, the author life segment. I finished editing another chapter in my How to Write a Novel or memoir book. I still need a better title for that. It's super SEO friendly, but it's kind of boring. So I'm not positive I know what to do about that yet. I've been looking at tile and cabinet catalogs online for our new house. We have to have another meeting with the architect soon and talk more about finishes that we want in the house. We got our couch finally. We got it a little earlier now. I said last week it was going to be 2 more weeks, and they called me Monday and said, we can deliver it tomorrow morning. So I said, yay! Did some quick moving around, vacuumed the floor, mopped it, and then they brought it, and it's super awesome. And I think it's huge. We got it on purpose so that all of the dogs could fit on the couch with us with no dog fights. I mean, that wasn't the only reason we bought a new couch, but that's the reason we bought such a large couch. It's a sectional, and it's kind of U-shaped almost. It's a very large sectional, and my husband was worried that it would be too, it wouldn't fit into the living room very well. I mean, we measured it, we knew it would fit, but he was worried that it would over encompass it. And I think it looks fabulous. I think it actually makes our living room look bigger. So, and we have an ottoman, which I've never had an ottoman before, so I feel very grown up. So other news in an author life is I'm feeling not scattered at all. I have very clear projects in mind, but I'm struggling a lot with I want to do them all at the same time, and it's hard for me to prioritize them. And you can hear my dog snoring. He's sleeping, sitting up in my lap and snoring. So I'm trying to focus more on when I'm sitting down to do work, that I'm focusing on the work time, not so much on the individual tasks that need to be done or the deadlines that those tasks have, because that just makes me crazy and stressed out. So instead, I'm trying to just say, okay, it's work time now. I'm going to sit down and just do whatever I can get done. And I like that mindset, and it usually creates a lot of inspiration and excitement about working for me. So that's the way I like to do it. And I'm really happy that I discovered that about my process and me. Sorry about the dog. He's such a loud snorer. He sleeps right above my head, too. His little bed is right next to my pillow, so he's really loud when I'm trying to sleep. Anyway, but my client work, my day job, it doesn't get in the way of my personal work and my book work, but it does vie for space in my schedule for sure. And I have a hard time balancing the two out. And that causes a little dichotomy, a little bit of stress, and I want it to be more balanced than it is. And so I either need to embrace that it's not balanced and that one week I'll be really heavy on client work and no personal work, no book work, or one week I'll get lots of writing done and editing done, but I won't do any client work. And as long as I don't have a client deadline, then I suppose that would be fine. But I'm still trying to work that balance out between my work and client work and how to fit both of those into a week. I'm really good at positivity and looking forward to the future and planning for the future and looking looking to where my hard work today will get me in the future and being excited about that and having that help drive me to that through the work process and drive me to, the future. But yeah, so sometimes I feel like, something's lacking there am I not organized enough? Am I not using my strengths enough? Am I not doing something enough? So it's not that I feel negative about it because I still feel positive, but it's confusing for me and I still get frustrated about that confusion sometimes. So that's going on in my world right now too. I hope that wasn't too much information or like a downer for you, but I want this podcast to be real. And I want to be vulnerable with my writing community so that as a writer, you don't feel alone in your neuroses. We all have them. And on the tail of that, I had a parenting fail today that I just found out about before hitting record today. I don't have a lot of parenting fails these days because my kids are older. They're 18 and 20. But I just heard today that my son is giving his senior review presentation today at 4 p.m. And I can't go because I'm getting a pedicure. Which sounds terrible. But in my only defense, this was rescheduled and I was available to go to it at the original date, but it had to be rescheduled. And this leads me actually to author self-care. And I'm going to do a whole episode on this in the next season. But for today, I just want to say the older I get, the more I realize that self-care isn't just a luxury. And it really is mandatory for my health, for my well-being, for my productivity. And when you are a creative person, you need to have that creative well filled. Otherwise, you have nothing to be creative with. So I need this pedicure. But I really wish that I could go to my son's senior presentation. That would have been awesome. So in the I'm reading segment, I'm reading 2 books. Probably more actually, but I'll tell you about the 2 that I'm reading mostly. The fiction one is called White is for Witching, and I don't know if I like it yet or not. It's pretty experimental, I would say, in the point of view. And the reason I am not liking it is that I can't tell who the point of view person is. I don't know which character it is. I don't know if it is the house talking. I don't know if it's the brother talking. I don't know if both of them are switching back and forth. I don't know. So because I don't know who the narrator is and which character I'm seeing the world through, which character's eyes I'm seeing the world through, I'm not enjoying the story because I'm so preoccupied by who is this? I can't visualize it. So I'm definitely not in the story, and I'm very much in my head while I'm reading the book, which I don't like when I'm reading fiction. Nonfiction is for thinking. Fiction is for losing myself into a different world. And so far, I have not yet lost myself into this world. White is for witching. But I haven't given up yet. I will continue to read. The other one, the nonfiction one that I'm actually skating through is YNAB. You Need a Budget. The Proven System for Breaking the Paycheck to Paycheck Cycle, Getting Out of Debt, and Living the Life You Want by Jesse Meacham. So, yeah, that's cool. I'm really liking that one. And I'm just skating through it. And I have the software downloaded. And I'm going to... This is my year of financial freedom, or financial awareness anyway. Here's to my financial freedom. I am doing some homework for the Sweet Spot Strategy Business coaching assignments. I don't know what to call them, but I'm doing homework for it, and I am getting some clarity and excitement and inspiration while doing the prompts and the homework. I had a really cool idea for an author service that I would love to offer you all, but it's too new to talk about right now. It's underdeveloped, and I don't want to speak too soon. So much like when you have a really cool idea for a novel, you don't want to talk about it quite yet until it's more developed and you're firmly into the rough draft. Then maybe you can start talking about it. But you don't want to jinx it. So I don't want to jinx it yet. I'm going to keep this little author service under the wraps until I'm ready to announce. But yeah, that's really exciting. I went to an editor's luncheon a couple days ago. I had a few lovely conversations with some people there, old colleagues, new ones, and I had a neat conversation with a woman who does audiobooks, narrates them, and also edits the files. So that, I kept her card. I'm really excited about the not the possibility or the probability, the for sureness of me putting out audiobooks. It's kind of my next thing, I think. I will probably shoot for 2020 on some audiobook recording. I'm going to narrate it myself, most likely. I will certainly give that a shot. What I talked to this woman about, her name was Ishi from Alaska, and she said that I could send her a narrated chapter file, and she would just listen to it and see how much editing it would need. Like, if my I just blanked on the word, microphone. If my microphone was good enough, if my recording equipment was good enough, or if I had to actually go to a studio or something. So that was really interesting, and you can look forward to that, hopefully in 2020. I've got a couple editing jobs I'm trying to finish up before I go on vacation, June 22nd. I'm really looking forward to that rest. And yeah, my husband had a birthday on Monday, so we celebrated it over the weekend. So the weekend was really lovely. He actually said, I love having birthday weekends, which I thought was really sweet. It was a really awesome weekend. There was so much jam-packed into it, but it was all just saying yes to yourself. Yes, I'm going to sleep in. Yes, I'm going to take a nap. Yes, I'm going to hang out with some friends for a potluck. Yes, I'm going dancing. So it was a bunch of yeses, and it was just a lot of fun. And we've been extra busy around our house these past couple weeks, so it was really nice to have that, couples time too. I needed that also, that boost. All right, Patreon supporters. No new patrons this week, but I hope you'll consider becoming a patron so that we can get to that first stretch goal of $125 a month for income from Patreon. And when that happens, that extra bonus Q&A episode for patrons only will happen. And you can send in questions ahead of time, and I will record the answers to those questions. So you can think of it as like a little mini coaching session with me if you want. So cool. And I'd be doing that every month. Okay, the support of my patrons on Patreon helps make this show and other projects possible. Plus, being a patron of the arts is a totally cool thing to do. Joining my Patreon community also gets you sneak peeks into my creative world, allows you to interact with me directly, and rewards you with exclusive bonus content you can't get anywhere else. For less than the cost of a tasty hot beverage or a pack of gum, as low as $1 a month, you can become a patron of the arts and me. Find me at patreon.com/Valerie Ihsan, IHSAN. Real quick, two resources. There's two website articles that I think you might want to read. One is at davidgaughran.com. That's spelled Gaughran. He's Irish. So davidgaughran.com and writtenwordmedia.com. They both have blog articles on the recent MailChimp changes. So if you are a MailChimp customer or you were planning on becoming one, you might want to check out those 2 articles first. I've read them both, and they are full of pretty unbiased information. So yeah, give that a look-see. And now on to our main topic, book launching. I'm actually trying a new thing today. I'm going to be trying to give this talk with a slide deck presentation that I prepared for a class that I did on book launching before. So we'll see if this is a good setup. If it works well for the podcast, as a listener, I want you to let me know if it sounded good and if it sounded more cohesive than previous podcast episodes, because I don't work really from an outline. As you see, I check my notes every once in a while, but it's pretty much a free-for-all when I'm talking improv. And so I'm going to try to use a slide deck presentation as my notes today. So if it sounds more cohesive and like there's a better through line on this particular episode, please let me know in the episode comments or send me a little Instagram direct message or something and let me know. Okay, so launching a book, this is super exciting. You want to let your advanced reader team know your book is ready. That's kind of one of the very first steps of the launch sequence, I guess you would call it. And first I personally have an autoresponder sequence. When a new fan joins my mailing list, they get sent through an autoresponder sequence where I introduce myself and I give them the links to all my books, and I invite them to give a review if they've read something, and maybe I'll give them another freebie just for fun, or stuff like that. And then one of the very last emails in that sequence is an invitation to join my alpha readers team. And that means that they get the book not alpha readers team. I totally misspoke. That's a totally different set of people. The advanced readers team. And that means they get the book, pretty much right before it's published, and with the purpose of reading it in advance of publication so that when launch day happens, they can go and quickly put up a review. That's the idea. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't, but that's the idea. So I have that autoresponder email already out there, and so I have people on my advanced readers team. But you can send out an email to your regular mailing list and say, hey, I've got this new book. It's coming out really soon. If you would like an advanced reader copy, please let me know. And I give them the link to sign up for that list. Or I can just wait for them to email me back, and I can just individually tag them as advanced readers, which is a little more legwork. It's better if you just have the link set up and it automatically just goes, and they're on that specified list then. So, and it depends on what email marketing service you're using. I use ConvertKit, so that's a little bit different than some of the other ones. Okay, so you've got your advanced reader team, whether you've just invited them or they've been on your list a long time. So 2 or 3 weeks before the launch, you want to send your ARCs out. Those are the advanced reader copies. Send them out to your team and remind them of the job description of advanced reader. And then on launch day, I send out review requests, and I run a giveaway for a signed paperback. So that's what I do. So you're really wanting to build buzz before the launch day. So there's a few ways that you can do that. While the ARCs are out to your launch team, you can send another bunch of information to your regular mailing list. You can do a cover reveal if you haven't done one already. That will create some buzz for the launch day. You can send out an excerpt from the book, maybe the prologue or the first chapter, or you can do a couple of quotes from the book that you think are particularly engaging or really demonstrate one of the characters' unique characteristics. You can tell them what the launch date is. You can share giveaway ideas. What else can you do? You just want to build buzz about it. So again, it depends on your genre. If you've written a historical fiction novel, maybe you can send them a little bit of information about the research that you did for this book. Or you can send pictures of the places that you went when you were researching the book. Or the novel that I started over a year ago now, which is on hiatus while I finish these nonfiction books, takes place in Astoria. So I went to Astoria and I took a bunch of pictures. My husband and I and one of my dogs went on a little trip to Astoria. And so I could put pictures of those Astoria trip photos in the email and say, hey, we went to Astoria when I was doing this book and the launch for that date is blah, blah, blah. So you can just build buzz that way to get them excited about the story that's coming. Other things you want to do before the launch are get affiliate links for your book to all the places. Sign up for Amazon affiliates, the Kobo affiliate thing, and all of the places that allow you to get an affiliate code for your book. Get those codes and put them in the books2read.com. You put them in manually, and then that will create one universal link. So get all your codes, put them in manually into books2read.com, and get that one universal book link. And that's the link that you want to send people to on launch day to buy the book. Because then you'll get extra money. On top of the book sale, you'll get affiliate money as well. You can also put that UBL, the Universal Book Link, in your book. You can put it on your website, on the landing page. You can put it out on social media after the launch, so you can still be collecting that affiliate income from the book sales. And the cool thing about, Amazon anyway, I actually don't know if this is true for other stores, but I imagine something is similar. But because Amazon also sells things besides books, if a customer buys a book off of your affiliate link, and then they also add a TV to their cart, you will also get affiliate income on that as well, because it's in the same purchaser. I think it's actually 24 hours after they buy with that affiliate link. Anything they buy after that affiliate link purchase, for the 24 hours after that, you get credit for, or you get commission, or not commission, affiliate income. There we go. So, it's worth it to use affiliate income, even if you just get, 60 cents here or there or whatever. It all adds up. You want to create links for your website, for your book landing page. And if you're not using the universal book link, just that one website link for the book, then you're going to want individual store links for that book landing page. And those could be affiliate links too, if you wanted, which, is a good idea. You can order print copies of your books through Ingram Spark. KDP Print also allows the purchase of author copies now. If you are ordering from Ingram Spark, you're going to allow at least a 2-week delivery time span. So if you're having an author event or something like that, then, or a book signing or a launch party, then you want to make sure that you order those books in advance, well in advance of that party, so that you don't show up at your party with no books to sign. And brainstorm other author events and opportunities that might be in your neighborhood or around and not too far away that you could be a part of that will continue that launch book buzz for your copy of your book. Maybe you can host a literary event. I've done that before. Have other authors reading too, so you're just one of many. You can have a book release party. You can be all fancy and have it at a bookstore or at not a convention center, that's too big, but you can have it somewhere else and have it catered and have a band or whatever you want, however big you want to make it, you can. Or you can have a potluck at your house and invite, the neighborhood and have books on hand to sign there too. It'll just be another excuse to throw a party, which we're all about over here. Or you can plan a thematic talk, something that is in your book thematic-wise. You can offer to give a talk that's not about your book, but about the themes in your book. And that really goes far. You can do that at libraries. You can do that at Chamber of Commerce meetings. You can do that at business networking meetings. You can do that at places are always looking for speakers. And if you have a free 20-minute talk or, an hour-long talk, whatever they want, whatever they need for their function, that just gives you, it's kind of like an in-person byline. So you'll have your books at the back of the room that they can buy if they want to, but it just gets your name and your face out there. So those are all good things you can do before the launch. Not give the talks. Well, yes, give the talks if you want, but set those up, so that you can give the talks after the launch so you'll have books. The launch day. Okay, actual launch day. We're approaching the 30-minute mark now, so I think maybe this will be my last slide, and then next week I'll do book launch part 2. But launch day is, one strategy is to incentivize scarcity. So you can do things like do a price reduction for the first day only, like make your book 99 cents for day 1 for launch day, and then the next day it'll be full price or something like that. So if you give them some sort of bonus to do it right now, buy now or you'll miss out on this bonus that won't be offered again. You could do something, another way to do that might be like a giveaway that's only available for the first 48 hours or something like that. Order now and I'll send you my ebook box set for free or something, whatever it is that you've got as a giveaway option. Those are some ways to incentivize that scarcity mindset because it makes them buy books fast. So offer your email list, this bonus, this scarcity, this price reduction, whatever it is that you're deciding to do, offer it to your mailing list first, and also social media followers. If you're doing a giveaway, you can offer your social media followers that too. I wouldn't worry about emailing too much around launch days. Even if you're just a regular, once a month emailer kind of author, and you don't want to inundate your mailing list with lots of emails around launch time, it's socially acceptable to do that. So don't worry about emailing too much around the launch. So I would definitely email the day before or the night before. I would email the day of. Yay, it's launch day. Everybody go leave your review or go buy the book or whatever it is you're asking them to do. Do that on launch day. And then if you're doing a giveaway, email them 1 hour before the launch and the giveaway ends so that they can have one last chance to get in there and get their giveaway or their bonus their launch day bonus before you shut the doors on that. Do I want to do one more? Yes, let me do one more. So this launch giveaway that you're doing, some authors say, a signed paperback is a good idea. Some authors like to do something really, really valuable and do like a multi-author giveaway. One time I did this wasn't for a launch, it was just for fun, but I did a giveaway of, I think it was like 6 literary fiction hardback novels signed by the authors. And I just picked one random enterer, and she actually ended up being local, strangely, so I just dropped them off at her house. I didn't even really know her that well, but I'd met her through other circles, and so it was nice to cut down on the postage, and she was super happy that she'd won something. She said she never won anything before, so again, this just creates buzz, it creates goodwill. Some authors think doing something like a Kindle Paperwhite or a Kindle Fire with your book loaded on it is a great giveaway option, and I think that's cool too. But the negative, well, the con for that, I guess, would be that you might just get freebie seekers signing up for this giveaway just to get the giveaway, but they're not really readers in your genre. They don't really want your books. They just, want the free Kindle Paperwhite. So you'll definitely just get those freebie seekers along with the other people that are interested. So just know that the more valuable your giveaway is, the more interest you'll have, which is, of course, what you want, but some of those interested people are not going to be interested in you or your books. They'll just be interested in the prize. You can put that URL that you got, that inside the book at the back, that links to the giveaway. So what I mean by that is, if you've decided to do a giveaway in the first 48 hours of your book launch, like buy my book within the first 48 hours and you will get this free entry into this giveaway, for instance. So I would put the URL to the giveaway page in the back of the book. So when they buy it, it's right there. And then after the 48 hours is over, you would have to re-upload an ebook copy that does not have the URL in it. If you're wanting to put that in the paperback, first of all, I wouldn't. But if you did want it to be in the paperback, then I guess I would do something like date it or something like that. As long as, I don't think it would work in the paperback. You'd have to be pretty creative to figure out a way to do that. But you can definitely put that in the back of the ebook and then just upload a new copy after the first 48 hours that does not have the date or the URL in it. So when you create this giveaway page, you can be old school and just tell people about it and not actually have a page. But you can use MailChimp, or your other email marketing service providers will have a way to create a landing page. You could go through something like King Sumo. You could just use a Google form. So you can just create some sort of page that will collect email addresses so that you can then email someone their prize, or email them that they are the winner and get their street address. You can mail them the prize, whatever it is. And then after the giveaway ends, announce the winner, send out the prizes. So this is all during the launch, so you're going to be really busy. After the giveaway ends, announce the winner, send out the prizes. And also, one other thing I forgot to mention was, you have to make, if you're doing a giveaway, you have to make it possible to enter without buying the book. Because you can't, it makes it, it's illegal if you do it the other way. So in order to make it legal, you have to be able to allow them to enter without any monetary exchange. You have to be able to enter freely. So you could put a link in the book, even though purchase is not required. You can say that. Put the link in the book, but the purchase isn't required. So to get around that, you can put the link up on your social media, in the Instagram bio line or in Facebook somewhere. Put the link on there. So those are some things that you can do to get the buzz going for launch day and during launch day. And next week, I'm going to talk about Mark Dawson, whom I'm sure you've heard his name in the self-publishing circles. He's kind of an industry leader, and he has a course called Self-Publishing 101, and I've taken that course. It's fabulous. If you can get on the wait list, he only offers it once a year, so if you get on the wait list, you'll be emailed when it's ready to go live. And yeah, I totally recommend that course. But in that course, he talks about his launch style and his launch sequence. I won't go into a sequence because that's probably proprietary information because it's in the course. But I do think it would be fine to talk about his launch process, because he doesn't only talk about that in his course. He's talked about it on his podcast and in interviews and such. So next week I will break down Mark Dawson's launch process, and I will talk about Chandler Bolt's process of launching, which is different than Mark's, and I'll talk about ad stacking, which is important. If you're buying paid ads for your launch, you want to try and do ad stacking. It's way more effective. So we'll talk about that, and also the things that you want to do after the launch. So thanks so much for listening today, and I will see you next week when we will finish up our discussion on book launching. Be well, happy publishing. See you next week.